Hi children, good morning all of you. We'll meet today the previous class continuation. Previously we learned how to make a program function overloading and how is polymorphism achieved, that about we learned. But today the process is in this polymorphism about we know it is one of the basic concepts of in this polymorphism, the ability of an object to respond differently to different messages. In this polymorphism, again achieved through two things. Number one is function overloading and number two is operator overloading. But today we will see what is function overloading. Sir, here the function overloading about previous class also we learned, but again quick revise. The ability of the function, you see, the ability of the function process the message or data more than one form. Again I will repeat, the ability of the function to process the message or data in more than one form is called as function overloading. There's an important question. This question is asking sometimes 2 mark and 3 mark also. Same one mark question will come. What is this 1 mark said? What is function signature? The function signature is nothing but, you see, the number and types of your functions parameters are called the function signature. Dear children, the number and the types of your functions parameters are called the function signature. That about clearly we'll see rules and regulation, that time you can understand. So the real definition of a function signature is the number and types of a functions parameters are called the function signature. Okay? Yes. Now we will see 1 mark questions and 2 mark question also. Is asking is overloaded resolution. What is overloaded resolution, sir? You see, the process of selecting the most appropriate overloaded function. I will repeat, the process of selecting the most appropriate overloaded function or operator is called overloaded resolution. This question also sometimes 2 marks and 1 marks and 3 mark also. So I will repeat the quick revise. Overloaded resolution is nothing but the process of selecting the most appropriate overloaded function or operator is called overloaded resolution. So I think so we learned 3 things. What is function overloading? This one over. And then what is function signature? This also over. So third one is overloaded resolution. This also over. Many of the children are my friends also asking the questions. What is the necessary? What is the need of function overloading? My dear children, polymorphism is nothing but reduces the software complexity is the advantages of previously we learned. Okay, yes. But today in this need for function overloading, sometimes the question will ask need for function overloading. Slowly I will tell you. Sometimes it is hard. Sometimes it is hard to find many different meaningful names for a single action. Sir, what do you say, sir? as a maths teacher, can I make a process in a mathematical calculation? Area of a circle, area of a triangle, area of a rectangle, these three things. But in a single program, we will make in a three process. That's why we'll say sometimes it is hard to find many different meaningful names for a single action. That's why the software complexity is reduced. Okay. So suppose now I'll say about the example, my dear children. Float is a data type. Area is a function name. But here float is a data type. This is radius. So this is one argument. Same, float is a data type, area is argument, but here float is a data type, length is one type of argument, breadth is another one type of argument. That's why this is L into B. So here two arguments. Finally, float is a data type, area is a function name, here float of and then float base and then float ice. That's why this is three argument. So what do you say, sir? In this function overloading, it should be represented in the rules. Here you see, this is one argument, this is two argument, this is three argument. But function name is same, data type is same. But rules for function overloading, it should be represent the overloaded function must differ in the number of its arguments or data type. So here you see, this is one argument, this is two argument, this is three argument. That's why the first rules is correct. Otherwise, same arguments means data type should be different. That's why the first point again I will repeat, the overloaded function must differ in the number of its arguments or data types. Okay, next one is second rules of function overloading. The return type. The return type of overloaded functions are not considered for a overloaded same data type. Same data type. Again I will repeat, my dear children, the return type of overloaded functions are not considered for a overloading same data type. Okay, yes. That about we're writing in a program, that time only we can understand. Okay, yes. So second point, I'm writing a program, that time we can understand clearly. The third one is the default arguments of overloaded functions are not considered as part of the parameter list in function overloading. I will repeat the point. The default arguments of overloading functions are not considered as part of the parameter list in function overloading. So my dear children, we should cover today what is function overloading, what is function signature, and then finally what is overloaded resolution. The fourth type or prototype, it is a what? Prototype of function overloading, and they will discuss the need for function overloading, and then finally 5 more question also, rules for function overloading. Here 3 rules are given, we discussed. Okay, suppose sometime asking this question, what is function overloading, what are the function overloading rules and their prototype means. So these prototype and these rules, if you get 5 marks, you will ask question is 5 marks. Suppose 3 points, it will ask 3 mark also in a rules. Okay, yes. So this about will discussed. Now in this function overloading rules about, now I will teach one program. That program we can understand means we should know clearly the understand about the rules of function overloading. Now in this program it should be represent multi-process in a single program. That's why software complexity is reduced. The program is write a C++ program. Okay. In this program, area of a circle and then same time area of a rectangle and volume of a cuboid using function overloading. Okay. To find the area of a circle and area of a rectangle and volume of a cuboid. To find the volume of a cuboid using function overloading. Using function overloading. I will repeat the questions. To find the area of a circle and area of a rectangle and volume of a cuboid using function overloading. I think so. Questions everybody you can understand. Now we'll go to program. In this program, function overloading about already we know. In this function method, simply I will tell you this program actually combined together of two things. The top one is formal, okay, and then actual. So here formal parameter, this is actual parameter. So we will make a program also. Every program we know start with hash include IO stream. Okay, yes. This is header file, preprocess statement and include files. Okay, yes. Now in this program, after that using namespace std. Okay, here using namespace std, it should be terminated by semicolon. Okay, this is their C++. That's why we'll introducing for this one using namespace std. Okay, we know the first is formal parameter and then we'll make actual parameter. Now we'll make a formal parameter type. So in this formal parameter means we should know data type, function name and argument. So what's our data type? The data type is float. Float is a data type. Okay. Function name. Function name is what? Okay. I like rows. So the function name is rows. Here arguments. This is float. We know the area of a circle means we need area. That's why we will introduce area. Okay. Yes. This is one argument. Float rows, float area. Okay, yes. Here in this process, a return type. So RETURN return type is nothing but area of a circle. We know the formula pi r square. We know the pi value 3.14. So here return 3.14 star. Here data type represent area. That's why here area into area. Okay, area star area. Okay, so pi r square. It should be terminated by semicolon. So float is a data type, row is a function name, float is a data type. This is the first arguments return 3.14 star area. Okay, this is over. This is one process. Second one, we know area of a rectangle. The area of a rectangle means we need two arguments. One is length, another one is breadth. Okay, that's why here float, same function name, but argument is different. Here float length, comma, float breadth. Okay, so this is two arguments. So here float is a data type, rows is a function name, length is one argument, breadth is second argument. So it should be represented by or return. Okay, here length star breadth. Okay, it should be terminated by semicolon. So this is one process for area of a what? Circle. This is second process. This is area of a rectangle. Okay. So what is third one? The volume of a cuboid. The volume of a cuboid means we need three arguments. That's why three arguments. How will we make that? Here you see, listen clearly. Same. What data type is float, function name is same, so this is rows is a function name. In this function name is a rows, but argument is float. Okay, volume of a cuboid we know L into B into H. Okay, that's why here float length, comma, float breadth. Okay, and then float height. That's why this is one argument, this is two argument, this is three argument. And then we know this program, it should be terminated by semicolon, but we are using a data type return. That's why here also return. Okay, what? Length into means star, here breadth EH as height HE, height HT. Okay, now in this return statement it should be terminated by semicolon. My dear children, we know this is one argument, here two argument, length and breadth. But finally, this is three argument, length, breadth and height. Okay, so this part over, formal parameter over. Okay, so this is a third type of functions. Finally, the continuation of this program will make actual parameter. Actual parameter means we know every data type, it should be terminated by semicolon. So void here don't use. Why? Because return type will introduce a return 0. That's why here integer main. Okay, integer main. Here open. We know, my dear children, this is area and length and breadth and float, length, breadth, height. But same variable we should not use. That's why here we will introduce float or comma. Okay, here length into breadth. So and then length will declare L and then B. Okay, here also length into breadth into height. So here LE comma breadth B or B also okay, and then height here HE. Okay, yes, this or declaration, but it should be terminated by semicolon. Okay, yes. In this program, okay, how can we do, sir? Float is a data type, radius, length, breadth. So same base into height here, and then breadth and then height. Okay, here declaration, declare in this statement cout. Now one by one we will see. Enter the value of radius. Okay, we will get in keyboard via, we know Cn, okay, radius, so getting R. Okay, finally second thing is see out, enter the value of what? Length and breadth. Okay, here we know keyboard via, we are getting in this value C in what? L into P. Same time again we'll get it. Okay, C out also, C out in this statement, enter the value of length. So here cuboid, no, length, comma, here base, comma, height. That's why we'll introduce the keyboard via Cn. Okay, here we declare no Le and then Br and then He. It should be terminated by semicolon. But keyboard via, we got it for 1 input, 2 inputs and then 3 inputs. But now we will see how to show the others in this area, how to show. Okay, now I'll come to here, how to show in this process the finally each statement. We will see now this process, continuation of that program. Here you see out. Okay, yes. Now the area of a circle is the area of a circle. Okay, in this process here what is the function name? Rows. Rows of what? First declaration of a variable is R. Okay, but we'll declare end of line, that's why we introduced end L. Now we'll find out here also C out. Okay, the area of a circle over area of a rectangle. In this rectangle, how can we make it here also? Okay, the rows of here the declare a value here L into B. That's why here rows of L comma B. Okay, we will see the end of the line, declare end L. The finally volume of a cuboid also C out the area of a cuboid. In this cuboid here also rows. Okay, here you know the declaration LE into BR into HE. So LE comma BR comma HE, it should be terminated by semicolon. But declared in this program here data type is integer. That's why we'll introduced return 0. Return 0. So finally here we know the process, this open braces, but finally here close braces. I think so this program we can understand. Here also rows 1 argument, here are rows 2 argument, here rows LE, BR, HE. Okay, we'll check now input and output. How will we check that? In this value, here what is the question we'll ask? Area of a circle. Okay, so area of a, question will ask area of a, enter the value of a radius. So here enter the value of a what? Radius. The value is 2. Okay, next enter the value of length and breadth. Here enter the value of a length and breadth. Okay, in this length and breadth value we know, so here already 2 is given. Okay, here value is given 3 and 4. Okay, the final is enter the value of here length comma base comma height. Length comma base and height will respectively give the value 2 comma 3 and then 4. Inputs are over. Now in these values given, enter the value of radius 2, enter the value of length and breadth 3 comma 4, enter the value of length base and height 2 comma 3 comma 4. In this output, how will we come side? We want to see an output. Okay, what is the first line? You see in this output, we'll see the output. First line is what? The area of a circle. Okay, yes. Here also we'll do quotes. Here also do single quotes. Again, here also will come. Okay, circle. And then the area of a rectangle. Here also rectangle. Okay, here also within a quotes. Same here, cuboid also. Okay, so the volume of a cuboid. Okay, yes. We know in this value is given 2 input. That's why we know the mathematical calculation 3.14 into 2 into 2. Okay, yes, this is process. We know 3.14 into 2 into 2 is nothing but 4. Okay, sir, 314, 4 after decimal. Here is 4 4s are 16. 1 is a balance 4 and then 1 adding 5. 3 4s are 12. Okay, so 2 digits. That's why 12.56. Okay, and then second one is 3 and 4 value is given. We know the value L into B. 3 into 4 is nothing but 12. So 12.0. Why? Because this is a float. The third one is value is given. This input. The length is a 2 and then 3 and then 4. We know the formula L into B into H. That's why 2 into 3 into 4. Okay. So 6 into 4. So 24. So final result is 24.0. Why? Because this is declared for float value. Okay, yes. In this program, my dear children, this is input area. This is input. Okay, here this is output. Okay, so the 3 process. One is area of a circle, and then a rectangle, area of a rectangle, and then volume of a cuboid. In these 3 program, we'll make in a single program. What is the use? We can understand. Reduces the software complexity. I think so. You can understand for this program. My dear children, you know, sir, I'm understanding level is good, sir. So now I'll check purpose. Can I give one homework for you? That homework is, okay, yes, area of a circle. This is one argument, and then area of a triangle. Okay, here triangle means L into 2 arguments, and then same time volume of a cuboid. No problem, same, but only one is changes, that is rectangle, here triangle. In this program have to work out. Okay, area of a circle means 1 argument, here triangle means 2 argument, and then cuboid means 3 argument. You have to work out, take photocopy, send to my personal WhatsApp number. I think so you can today learn program. Okay, thank you for these sessions today. Okay, we'll meet again.